Hello, Collective. Thank you guys for tuning in. You know, they said, how do they say it? Cleanness is next to godly. Okay, I want to get on that statement. Okay, you got to remember the cleanness is within, not on the skin. Okay, a lot of people feel like, oh, I've been hearing a lot about it, been thinking a lot about it, and some people say, oh, you going through it because your house is dirty. You need to clean up your space, and we're supposed to clean up. But I don't think that has nothing to do with that statement. I don't think that statement refers to cleaning your home and cleaning. I feel like that statement is definitely for your internal self. Cleanness is next to godly or God or whatever the case is with that statement. It's about internal cleansing. It's about getting rid of negativity, not letting that negativity take over your godly energy, within. If you notice that little story in the Bible when Jesus was in the desert, he had no water, he didn't take no bath, he didn't have anything. But what he did was stay true to his true and faithful to his Father. Okay? You see what I'm saying? He had the negative energy telling him what he can do and how he can get him out of that situation, how he can get him, oh, you can have this and that, you can rest, you can get this, you can get that, I give you all of this. He never took it. He never took the bait. So with that being said, it's all about your internal growth, your internal self, cleaning the negative energy away from you. Even when negative energy decides to show up, you won't take the bait, okay? Some people take the bait of the negativity, okay? You can have the cleanest home in the world. You can have your home organized like it ain't nothing and still have a negative energy inside of you. You can have the best car, the most money in the bank, the cleanest home, all of that, and still not be clean within your body, within your mind, within your spirit, within your soul, okay? So that's just my take on it. Of course, if you're around something that smells like this, you're going to, or do clean in advance so it won't smell. Do all those things to your body and, to your home. But you got to remember that statement came, or people looking at that statement like, oh, that was in the Bible, or that was in the Bible. That's what the Spirit of God said. That's what Jesus did, and this and that, right? But no one's looking at the situation that led to that statement. He had his body cleared out, cleaned, mind, body, and spirit. So there was no way that his mind would allow him to take the bait of a negative energy. Now that's cleanness to godly. He was being faithful to his Father, okay? I'm just throwing it out there. With this message this morning, this is someone who has definitely done a lot of cleaning. You will never stop clearing out negative energy out of you, away from you. It will always happen. You just have to be prepared. You just have to get yourself used to cleaning your energy, cleaning your body, cleaning your home. And when you get used to doing those things and without even thinking, you just doing it, that means that you have, you made it to a point where even when the negativity comes, it don't. It shows up, but it does not stay because it's too clean around you for that energy to be anywhere near you. Your mind, your body, your spirit is clean. And then your home is definitely clean. Your home is definitely protected. So therefore, the devil will show up but won't win because you will never take the bait, whoever this energy is. Take what resonates for you and leave the rest. I'm just the messenger delivering to the collective today. And it's Saturday, July the 12th, 2025. Spirit, angels, and ancestors who guide me every day. You know who you are, as well as I do. Come through for this collective energy on the board. The Ten of Wands is out here with the Ten of Cups. You see what I'm saying? It's almost like working so hard to get something stable, get something completed, get something in place. Like I said, when you get used to something, you don't even think about it. You just do it, right? It's just like washing dishes, cleaning up. When you cook it, you know to wash the dishes, clean the kitchen, sweep the floor, mop the floor, clean off the stove, clean. You know to clean off the counter, clean out. You know these things. It's automatically there. So, but for some other people, they're not used to doing that. They could be used to someone else doing it. And then they watch somebody else do something that they can't do. And then when they do it, they get tired. They're tired because they're not used to do it. Their body, mind, soul, spirit ain't used to doing it. But once they start doing it consistently, it becomes a norm. And that's exactly how you need to have your energy in a norm of cleanness. So when the devil shows up, you won't take the bait. Okay? There's a lot of people out here who got nasty energies, but clean homes. That ain't gonna work. Just because you clean your home don't mean you're going to bring all the abundance of love and finances and growth into your life unless your internal self is clean as well. So it's not just about cleaning your home and washing your body, your skin. It's about washing your internal energy as well as your outside. Your internal skin as well as your outside skin. Your home, all of that, all of those things matter here, okay? You know, the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Cups here. You know, spiritual communication, influences, you know what I'm saying, teachers, men of law, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like some people around here teaching people how to be clean internally, externally, and all around them, okay? It starts within first. Once you clean within, you're going to automatically know to clean outside of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Your skin, your home, all of that. Because your body is comfortable. Your internal self is comfortable. Your soul is comfortable. Your energy is comfortable enough to make everything else around you comfortable. So, like I said, it's a lot of people out here who got clean homes and ain't comfortable internally at all. They feel ugly. They feel disgusted. They feel nasty. They don't feel clean even though they in it. So that's not it. Okay? Some people look at situation and assume their accusations are wrong. Okay? So for whoever this is, honey, it's a lot going on here. You got 10-10, win again. You're going to win every time because you keep your internal self clean as well as your outside, your external self clean and everything around you clean. But you're working within first. 10-10, win within. So if every time you clean yourself within, baby, you're going to always win. No matter what everybody else think that they see on the outside of you, but the inside of you is clean. You know, it's just like running into homeless people. They've been on the street, probably ain't take no bath, not they dirty. You know, could have a lot going on with themselves, but their internal self is pure. They're able to tell you something to make your day good. And you're able to give them something to make them feel like they gave something that they've been working on, that internal self of theirs, okay? You know, I've met a lot of people who were homeless, and baby, when I tell you, them people got a lot of knowledge because what else they're going to work with? They could try to get a home. They could try to get somewhere to stay. They could try to get new clothes. They could try to get food. These are all things on the outside of them, okay, that they're trying to feed on the inside because they've been feeding so much knowledge just by watching things, just by listening to conversation they should be listening to. And then they gather information, they learn as they go along in their journey. This is somebody here on the board who has won something, and you won something like knowledge. You won understanding. You're winning with it internally here, okay? So don't trip off what nobody say about what your house look like, what your all of that. That does not matter, because like I said, it's people pulling up in Benzes, got mansions, houses clean, got maids, and hell, they dirty and nasty inside. So how is that gonna fit? How does that look? Because everybody can look at what they got instead of what's inside of them. Always look what's inside of someone. Always look at what someone has to say, how they're speaking, the subjects that they're speaking on. That alone can tell you about that person. But just looking at somebody or assuming something or talking about people, there's a lot of people out here talking about people. Oh, they dirty ass, or they this, or they that. Okay, what about in terms of you learn to profile the outside, the external of that person. They ugly. They this. Look at their hair. Their hair ain't done. My hair done. My nails done. Their hair ain't done. That ain't got nothing to do with anything. Okay? Take what resonates for you and leave the rest. I'm just a messenger for you. Spirit, angels, and ancestors, come through for this energy on the board. Look, divine warrior, confined to the wicked, brings victory and peace. You see what I'm saying? Like I said, 10-10 win again. Before reading all of this, I could feel this energy of this individual person. The Three of Pentacles is out here. Okay? Mental force. Protect against sorrow and illness. You see what I'm saying? Long as your internal self is correcting itself, feeling itself, doing better for itself internally, you're going to always be able to fix the outside of you. It's nothing to find somebody. It's nothing to get a hair done. It's nothing to get a nail done. It's nothing to get all of those things to get it done. Some people, you need some money. But if your internal self is fixed and you're working on the Spirit of God will put you in places where you get these things. Some people say it sounds easy, right? But it's hard work. When you work on your internal self, baby, the Spirit of God will show you, will give you, will reward you for doing just that. Okay? The Spirit of God will reward you with things on the external because He see that you putting so much effort into your internal self. Take what resonates for you and leave the rest, because that's what you presenting with that Three of Pentacles out here. Whoever this energy is, you are presenting to the Spirit of God that you are working toughly within yourself. And you ain't got to prove nothing on the external to anyone about what you working on, about what's happening with you internally. Because 9 out of 10, when them people who are talking about what you have on the outside, yeah, they got a clean house, they got a this, they got that, they got all those things. But they got a nasty energy inside. Because if they didn't, they wouldn't be talking about you. They wouldn't be saying no negative things about you if they was fixed internally, right? Okay, take what resonates for you and leave the rest. What is this in reverse? The Hermit. These people out here, I just said this. They haven't found their internal self, and it's in reverse. The Hermit card is in reverse with the Seven of Swords, okay? You see what I'm saying? Ain't no way. That's why they talking about people. That's why they doing this. That's why they all out of their energy, out of their internal self. Looking at the external, it's all about external things with this individual towards you, collective, okay? And you guys are on 2 different pages, okay? The Seven of Swords is out here. Knowledge of good and evil appeases divine anger, cures epilepsy. You know, you could be having some. You could be somebody who has a issue here. You know, but you don't have an issue with your internal self. Okay, you could look a certain way where people talk about you. You could dress a certain way where people talk about you, but that doesn't define who you are internally because they never have time to check your internal status. They too busy looking at your external status, okay? You know what I'm saying? There's somebody here, okay, honey? But I feel like you're beating that enemy out with who you are internally, even though they don't know your internal self. You see what I'm saying? They can talk all they want to about what's on the outside, but if they got a chance to know what's in the inside of you, they wouldn't even talk about you. They would get jealous of what's inside of you. They would get jealous of who you are internally. Because they're not jealous on the external part of you. They'll be jealous of your internal self. See, right now they think you jealous of them because of what they have and how they doing and how they living. But you're not. Because you know the Spirit of God will provide you with all of those things that you see on other people, on the external of these folks, okay? Because your internal self is amazing. You know, whoever this is, that's how you beat the enemy, with growing internally, not externally, okay? The Six of Cups is out here. This is somebody that you know of. Motivation lifts up those who are fallen, humiliated. You know, I just feel like that these are people that you used to know. You know what I'm saying? You probably grew up with them. You probably went to school with these people. You probably did a lot of things with these people. But I feel like that, you know what I'm saying, you have ended this cycle of people feeling sometimes. It's like you ended the cycle of your energy, your feelings towards what people are saying about your external self. Because you know who you are inside, and you walk proudly, even though you could not dress so good that you clean, you know. You could not have all the fancy, nice things everybody else has, but you got some things that you need to keep working on your internal self. Like I said, the Spirit of God is rewarding this person, whoever this is, rewarding you for working with your internal self, cleaning your internal self, getting close to God. That's what it is. Cleaning your internal self so you can get closer to what God wants you to do, what the Spirit of God is expecting out of you. Not what's on the outside, the external of you. You know, they say messages come through animals, through earthy things, trees, the grass, nature itself, right? And it comes through all forms and ways. You can go buy some dirty water and pick up a message from the Spirit of God, just by you carrying what's inside of you. You know what I'm saying? Spirit, come through for this energy on the board for the collective. What's this when in reverse? The Eight of Pentacles is over here. I feel like that a lot of people think you're not working to gain financially here. So they talk about that. They talk about it so much to the point where the Spirit of God is finna show them that you've been working. You're about to get rewarded. Big time here, whoever this energy is. The Spirit is ready to reward you in front of the people who are actually talking things about you, or talking low about you, or saying a lot of things about you. Oh, they don't want to do this. They ain't trying to make no money. They ain't. But they going to see how the Spirit of God works when you work on your internal self, and not be so concerned about what your external self look like, or have people talking about it. Me personally, I you know what I'm saying, I'm human. So it's been times where people have made me upset, and I done said things, but I done went to God, the Spirit of God, and I'm like, Spirit, I'm sorry. I apologize to that person too. I'm like, you know what? I didn't mean to say all those things like that. I was in the heat of the moment, and I just let my mind run freely of saying all the negative things I could think of. But at this time, you know, I just want to apologize, because it's a way that I should have said it. I shouldn't have said it that way. I should have made a proper way of saying it, instead of using force like that between us to say what I said. And then I go to the Spirit of God and say, Spirit, forgive me, even if that person does not. You know, that's called working within your internal self. Taking accountability when you realize that you have done something wrong. And I feel like whoever this is, this is exactly what you do. You take accountability for your own actions. But a lot of people won't. They talk about you and won't apologize. They say all these negative things and won't apologize. They mean what they say when they say what they say, because of what they see. Not with what they see inside, but what they see on the outside of you. So don't worry about none. The Eight of Cups is out here, baby. I feel like the Spirit of God is getting ready to bless you. And doing that blessing with your reward that you're about to receive, I think you're going to remove yourself from a lot of people. You love them, but I feel like you're going to move away. Some people could talk about you, make jokes as they're talking about you. You catch all of this, but you've been taking all of this in. And all of this you've been taking in, you've been getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And you're about to get rewarded, baby. Spirit, come through. What is this? The World card is out here with the King of Cups. You see what I'm saying? You're taking all of this in with the King of Cups. You just freely still giving your heart, no matter what people are saying about you. No matter people saying you were this and you that, or whatever the case is. You're walking strong, proud, with your head up, still giving love where it's due. And I'm telling you, your world is about to change, baby. The Spirit of God is getting ready to bless you, honey. Okay? You got restitution, I hear. Hmm? Hmm? Reparations is here. Restitution is here. Find stolen objects and discover the person responsible. You see what I'm saying? These people stole a lot about your identity away from you. These people stole a lot from you, honey, by talking about you. But you ain't let it steal your joy. You didn't let it steal who you were inside. You kept moving forward with your heart. Fountain of wisdom gives success in all ventures. You see what I'm saying? You got wise in how to take your energy towards when people talk about you. You could be out and look around and see somebody look at you funny. You already know what they thinking because of what you already been experiencing with the people that you love and the people that you know. Okay? God seeing everything here, okay? Because he sees everything here, the source of wisdom. And by you understanding that your internal self is amazing and your external self does not define who you are inside, that part alone gets you a reward from the Spirit of God, baby. Like I said, cleanness is inside, not outside. Because if you ain't clean inside, it don't matter how clean you are on the external part of your life. It does not matter. You're still dirty inside. You're still funky. You still stink. You still ugly. You still a lot of things, even though you got other people looking at how clean you are. Thank you for tuning in. The Eight of Cups is out here again. When I cut the deck, like I said, the Spirit of God is getting ready to reward you, baby. And you're going to remove yourself from these people. You already feel some type of way. So the feeling that you feel now is the feeling you're going to feel when you walk away. But the Spirit going to gradually get you out of that energy. The Three of Swords is out here as I'm talking. When you walk away, you're going to be heartbroken. Okay? Love and submission cures illness. Influences paternal love gives long life. You see what I'm saying? The hurt and pain you're about to experience is definitely going to make you stronger. And then that reward that's coming is going to push you on even further in your life. The Ace of Swords is out here because you already called your truth about who you are internally. But other people is getting ready to see how the Spirit of God moves with someone like you that they have talked about on the outside as well. So as you see things clearing up on the outside of your life, your home, getting a new home, getting a new car, getting a new this, all of these are happening for you. You already work on your internal self. That's a wholeness of cleanness that the Spirit of God has been waiting to give you, honey, okay? God above all name elevate. Okay? I'm trying to tell you. Affinity, friendship, obtain the friendship of anyone. And I feel like that's what's going to happen when that reward comes. Because your internal people are not going to trip off of what you have on the outside. They're going to look at you and you're going to have a conversation. You're going to communicate with them. They're going to be like, man, oh my God, I just feel so good talking to. Like that part right there is everything for you. Whoever this energy is, and justice is on the board for the collective. You're going to find justice because the Spirit said your reward is coming. And with that reward, you'll be able to work on things on the external of yourself to match what you already been working with internally, okay? Take what resonates for you and leave the rest. I'm just Moon Priestess, the messenger. I hope this message gets to whoever it needs to get to right on time, honey. Have a good weekend. Enjoy the rest of your weekend because you're about to get rewarded, okay, honey? Have a good day. Bye-bye.